Looking for a great spot in Salem to have a delicious meal?
We got you covered right now. Hey there everybody, it's Hal Cone.
And Chris Cone. Together we're with Cone Realty Group.
Hope you are doing well today. If this is your first time to our channel, please make sure you do yourself a favor and click that subscribe button and that bell icon so you're notified each and every time we release a new video about living, working, and playing in the amazing Roanoke Valley.
That's right. We have folks constantly contacting us saying they want to move to or within Roanoke, Salem, Botetourt, or the surrounding areas. So if that's you, your family, or your friends, let us know. We'd love to have a conversation with you. You can call us, text us, or email us.
Hey everybody, welcome to today's video about amazing places to eat here in Salem, Virginia. Some of our favorites.
I know it's gonna be one of your favorite videos.
Oh yeah, you know me, food, a few beers, maybe a little bourbon. Those are all crucial things in probably I'd say a month for me, not every week. So anyways,
yes.
But as we were doing our research today, we were blown away by the number of restaurants here because like we live here and we just kind of forget about all of them that we do have. So
right.
You're gonna be in for a treat, right?
Absolutely, and I think that we were talking about it, we don't travel as much as we used to now that we have children, so now we're kind of foodies, I guess. But we
Maybe.
do enjoy our
food. We don't hold a stick to John Park and his
That's
wife.
right.
So,
absolutely.
but we're trying.
So let me dive in and tell you, you can't mention Salem without mentioning Mac and Bob's. This is the iconic restaurant here in Salem, and it is great year-round. Whether you're popping in for a beer and food before a game or a performance at some of the nearby venues, or if you're here reunited with college friends, or a dinner with family. It's really close to Roanoke College as well. So tons of options of people that visit here.
Yeah, and so it's a great place, like she said, to come like before sporting events, like for the high school football games, for performances and events over at Roanoke College, and just in general, it's just a great family affair for anybody that wants to come here. It's a great place to hang out. They got a great bar with 40 plus craft beers on tap.
That's awesome.
They've got full menu, full bar menu. And they've also got this great patio area here that you can see with the lights and your umbrellas, and there's a fireplace over to my left.
Yes.
So we'll capture some of that for you as well so you can get a feel for it. And their menu covers a whole lot of different styles of American cuisine per
Absolutely.
se. And what I normally get is gonna be something that's not very healthy for you, but I still love it. So it's called the Boston Zone, and I get the full calzone size, which is like,
it's huge.
It's at least like 2 feet long. So I shouldn't eat all of it, but I normally do.
I think you deserve a t-shirt every time you eat one.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Get a t-shirt.
I could just have like little numbers on it, like tick marks.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I usually get the Thai chicken. It is so delicious. It's got noodles, it's got peanut sauce, it's got lime. It is so scrumptious. I eat the entire thing. It's got a little bit of heat, but I'm a kind of a wimp when it comes to spice. You're kind of a wimp,
yeah, absolutely, yeah. And the Boston Zone has like their fresh made chicken tenders in it, and then it's also got your normal cheese that you would have. So, and then you get ranch dipping sauce on the side, of course, just make it super bad for you, but it's fun.
Yes, and you really can't go wrong here. Like you were saying about the outdoor venue, there's heaters so you can hang out at during the winter hours in this beautiful fireplace. They've got a full bar out here, and inside is very large too. Lots of TVs. You're going to catch up on all those games. So Mac and Bob's is the place to be.
Okay, so as we're cruising on down the sidewalk here, so you've got a walkable area here downtown Salem. You look right over, where's my finger? Right there. That's Mac and Bob's sign. So we just walked like half a block and we are at Frankie Roland's, but you're seeing a sign of Roland Hotel, which is a boutique hotel that they've created above the restaurant here. They just created and opened the restaurant up this year, but the hotel will open up later this year or first of next year, and it's going to be above the restaurant.
I think that's such a great idea. Wonderful for visitors, and hey, you want a staycation? Come to the Roland Hotel and have a great meal downstairs. Frankie Roland's is known in Roanoke as one of the best steakhouses in the whole valley. And the sister restaurant here in Salem is living up to that reputation as well.
Absolutely, yeah. So they were established in downtown Roanoke, and now they're in downtown Salem as well. So awesome food, great bar. There's a little patio area to the right over here,
That's right.
wherever that is, around the corner there. So you got a place to hang out too. So let's talk about food.
Absolutely. What would you get?
So for me, one, if we get an appetizer, they've got a plethora of appetizers that are really cool and delicious. And I would say I would get the crab dip.
That's what I was gonna get.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I love crab
We'll
dip.
share the
That
crab
would
dip.
be good. Yes, okay, we'll share the crab dip.
And then for entree, I'm gonna have ribeye steak.
I like ribeyes a lot. I think I'd get the ribeye too. And they have this side, it's bacon, Brussels sprouts. So yummy. I mean, who knew I would like Brussels sprouts? But when you throw bacon in anything, I tell you what.
I was gonna say fat, butter, garlic, bacon. You're in good shape. I think theirs has a balsamic sauce over the top too.
Right.
So super tasty. And they've also got pork chops. They've got some seafood. They've got lamb chops. They've got other things as well. So you know you've got options. Everything's served a la carte. So you kind of decide like pick and choose what you want to make a meal that satisfies your palate at Frankie Rollins. Salem.
Great idea.
Hey, so we have just walked down the street just another block or so, and we are in front of Blue Apron and Red Rooster here. So Blue Apron is a restaurant, Red Rooster is a really cool and small, eclectic bar area.
Yes, featuring beautiful crafted cocktails. One cocktail that we saw was the Solstice, and that sounded really interesting. Bourbon,
citrus bitters.
Yeah, and orange. Yeah, so citrus would be orange, you're right. And then I think it had lemon or lime, and then an egg white. So
we'll have to come down here and try that, because you know I like to taste bourbon from time to time. So this would be an interesting take on that. And we forgot to say, you know, when we're talking about the menu here, you're going to be kind of similar as far as atmosphere and style of entrees to Frankie Rollins.
Right.
However, they're definitely a difference.
It's very unique. And on the website, they promise an elevated dining experience. I love that description.
Yeah, I like that.
Elevated dining experience. So that's really neat. And I remember when we came here, didn't we have a gift card from a friend?
We did. Kelly, shout out.
Yeah. Thanks so much. We had a great night. It was awesome.
Yeah. And so for me, whenever I was here, I enjoyed the roasted chicken with mushrooms.
Yes, and I love my pan-seared scallops. And they had a side of polenta with goat cheese. That was right up my alley.
Absolutely.
And y'all know that polenta is just a fancy word for grits.
Yeah, you're in the South, that's right. Absolutely.
But Blue Apron, again, it's right downtown, just up the street from Roanoke College, so wonderful location. And if you're lucky, sometimes they have the lights shining on across the street in Salem. So it provides this beautiful ambiance at night if you're cruising through and walking around. Very accessible to go from restaurant to restaurant for maybe cocktail, appetizer, main dish, dessert.
Oh yeah, what was that we used to do in the neighborhood? Progressive. Yeah, you could do a progressive dinner here in downtown Salem from restaurant to restaurant or bar to bar, however you wanted to do it. So great idea.
Thanks.
So we are in front of All Sports now, just a short little walk down from Blue Apron where we just were. This is more of a casual dining experience. And the funny thing is, I just thought about this as we're shooting, is that the first day of school for our kids, we asked them what they wanted to do for lunch.
Right.
And our youngest was like, oh, let's go to All Sports and get chicken wings. Or she had chicken wings. I was like, oh, All Sports, that's great.
I know. I was like, I had to twist his arm, right? No.
No,
Do you
not
love
at all.
chicken wings?
Yeah, it's like we were just talking too. It's like I'm not a connoisseur of much, but I feel like I'm a pretty good connoisseur of chicken wings and a barbecue. And All Sports is my go-to spot for chicken wings here in the Roanoke Valley. Hey, they got multiple locations, and today we are in front of the one in Salem as a reminder.
Yeah, and I like their chicken wings too, but I'm a big fan of biting into a big, fat, juicy burger. And their burgers and wings are just, you can't beat them here.
No.
I mean, they're phenomenal. Probably some of the best in the valley, I would say.
I would say, yeah, that absolutely. And we're filming this, I forget what week it is, but basically coming up this weekend is actually the Wing Fest. There's a competition.
Yes.
So when this actually releases next week, I'll try to remember to put in the comments who won the actual wing contest for y'all. So we'll try to remember that.
All right, so what do you get here?
So I get wings, but I get them I like them fried hard and Eddie style, and then also smothered. And Eddie style is a little bit of a char on them on the grill. And they get extra fried, and then they actually get extra sauce on them, so they're swimming. And I get houdat, which is a combination of garlic and spices, and it is so delicious. And then also the perfectly fried tater tots.
Oh,
Gotta
yeah,
have those
that's
to go
right.
with it.
That's right. I'm just laughing because this reminds me of my coffee order at Mill Mountain Coffee. I mean, he's like, I want them fried hard with extra sauce, but making Houdat sauce and all this stuff. Like, my latte I thought was hard to order, but your wings, you are particular.
Yeah, well, that's why I order them online for us, so it takes all the guesswork from anybody else out on it.
And my burger, I like to get the Daytona burger, and it's dripping with barbecue sauce, cheese, and bacon. You gotta have bacon on a burger.
Yes,
so good.
you
Oh, and don't
do.
forget, there's tons of TVs
Yeah.
in here. So this is a place to come watch the big game. You'll be able to be entertained, watch a bunch of different games, and the food won't disappoint. So it's not just typical grub or pub grub, if you will. It's a really well-rounded menu.
And tasty too. So we're headed down to our next spot. I wanted to make sure that you didn't miss out on the most amazing and the largest sandwich you're gonna find in Salem. So stay to the end of this video so that you can find out where you're gonna get that sandwich that's gonna just be amazing. Okay, so we could have walked down here to GINA'S Food with Flavor, but it's hot out here today, so we actually chose to drive here towards the end of Main Street, diagonally across from the ice cream parlor here
And
in
post
Salem
office,
and the
yeah.
post office. We're at GINA'S Food with Flavor, and this place has great Southern fare to eat.
Yeah, you should know, right?
I should, and we pulled up in here to film this today, and we talked to some folks who are from Mississippi. They know a little bit about Southern food as well, and they were telling us that the pork chops were great, and they also had mashed potatoes that were to die for. They were out of this world.
Yeah, you can't beat that kind of review.
No, exactly not.
I just like that it's this southern plantation right off Main Street. And not only are they bringing some vibrancy with their food with flavor, but also in the summer there was live music here.
There's been live music on the weekends, like Friday nights and Sunday afternoons when they have a brunch. So
I'm going to show you that there's outdoor seating too.
Yeah.
So it's just such a fun spot. I mean, a lot of these restaurants that we're featuring have such great atmosphere, and each one is a little different. So yeah, GINA'S, man, this is great Southern cooking. What would you get here?
Well, when we look at the current menu, because the menu does change
Yes.
from week to week, so you got to be careful whenever you come here. But I would get the Salisbury steak, collard greens, and mac and cheese, which this mac and cheese has a little bit of heat and a little bit of sweet to
that's
it.
right.
So it's a unique flavor,
Yeah.
but it is really, really good.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and I would get the fried catfish, so good. Yum.
A little bit of heat to it.
Yeah, and hush puppies, green beans, and cornbread. You can't go wrong with cornbread. Southern cornbread,
That's
smack
right.
my mama.
So if you're looking for some true Southern delicacies, make sure you check out GINA'S Food with Flavor here in Salem on Main Street. So we took a little trek down Main Street. We're on the far end of West Main Street here in Salem, and we have landed at Mama Maria's.
One of the best slices of pizza you'll get in the valley, but they have so much more than that. They have pastas, they have strombolis, they have sandwiches.
So what type of food do they have?
Italian, Italiano.
There you
right?
go. Yes, absolutely.
Well, I mean, a name like Mama Maria's.
I was just making
It
sure everybody
kinda
was
sounds-
clear.
That's right.
I didn't want
Good.
any confusion.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Good idea.
So we've got Italian food, and whenever I come to Mama Maria's, I'm all about the veal parmesan. So
yeah.
don't give me too much grief over that, but I do like it, and that's what I'll always get whenever I come here to Mama Maria's.
Right, and I get the crab ravioli with Maryland crab meat. So good. So good. They also have a huge banquet room, so that's really popular for civic organizations and meeting together or sports.
Birthday
recognitions.
parties.
Oh yeah, yeah. Anniversaries.
Yeah.
Weddings.
You can bring a whole big crew here, and we celebrate a couple birthdays here with some
We
folks.
have.
And so, but on top of that, if you got a sweet tooth
Yes.
and you like something nice and delectable, then what are they gonna have here?
They have homemade gelato.
Wow.
I know, it's homemade. And it is just, all the varieties are super fresh, very good, and just perfect after a great Italian dish. Don't miss out on Mama Maria's. My mouth is watering. So good. I can smell it from out here. They have outdoor dining too. It's really a sweet place to come visit for all those Italian cravings that you have.
So it would not be a best restaurants or most popular restaurants here in Salem without talking about some sort of Mexican.
Yum. Oh. Man, I'll tell you what, it's so hot outside too. I could really go for one of their margaritas. They have some of the best margaritas in town. This is ALEJANDRO'S, and there are 3 locations throughout the valley. This Salem one is very spacious. We've had times where we've come here after that big run. Remember that?
Oh yeah, was that the
race?
growler? The growler relay that we did was
Yes.
50-something miles and 8 different participants, which is a ton of fun.
It was fun.
But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that anytime soon.
No, but
I put my running shoes up.
Right. When we came here and we chowed down, they have delicious food and a very popular salsa bar.
Yes.
Yes, that's always a favorite with the kids and the adults alike, right?
Absolutely, yeah. You gotta try not to fill up on those chips and dip so that you fill yourself up and then you can't enjoy their tasty menu items.
That's right. Yeah, and you were saying that you like this Mexican food a little different because it's a little different.
Yeah, it's more like a California Mexican style versus some of the others. So it's not a Tex-Mex, it's California style. That's my understanding.
Right.
So if I'm wrong, please don't come and hunt me down.
You're not a connoisseur of Mexican,
No.
although you enjoy it.
I
It's
do
hot.
love it.
Now,
Yes,
chicken
absolutely.
wings,
Yeah,
remember.
That's right.
So what do you usually get here?
So normally for me, I get a burrito.
The Mexicano.
The
burrito,
Mexicano burrito.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's got like cheese sauce over it, but then it's also filled with meat, beans, rice, all the good yumminess
Sounds
that you
good.
need inside of that burrito so that it fills up that belly of mine.
And I always get enchiladas. Like, I cannot get something different.
No,
Sometimes
she does not. She won't venture out.
I know, but I love the enchiladas so much. And I get a sampling of all different flavors. They're just so tasty. Sometimes I do chimichangas.
That's true.
I get a little
A little
pep in my
frisky, a little
step.
pep. Yeah, absolutely.
Get some enchiladas, but really great Mexican here at ALEJANDRO''s. And I love that the atmosphere again is fun and you can bring a big group of friends and hang out. So check it out.
So we have walked just a little bit further down the road in downtown Salem here, and behind us you can see the Salem Farmers Market over there.
Yep, sorry, move
Yeah.
my head the other way. Very, very popular. Even today, it's a Thursday and there's people out there, there's vendors out there. The weekend is when it's really hopping.
Yes, absolutely. On Saturdays is an amazing time to be there. And then if you see this little mural right here, so a local artist made that mural here for Joe's. We're on the back side of it, but we thought that mural is pretty cool.
It is
So,
nice.
but it doesn't compare to the food that you get here at Joe's Deli.
My goodness, it's the best sub ever. It rivals New Yorker subs and delis, downtown Roanoke. And
Which we haven't done a video on that. We probably need to do that
we
at some
should.
point in time.
We
But
should.
let's stay focused here on Joe's Deli.
It
We're
is
talking about
so-
supersized
Right.
sandwiches.
Right. And this is our treat after a long, hard day in the yard, or if we need to pay somebody to help with like moving or house repairs or something, we'll say, we'll buy you a Joe's Deli.
They're like, oh, okay, we'll come help you then.
And also concerts. Before concerts and events and activities, we always get a sub, and it is so good.
Well, what did they say the last time we went to Parkway Brewing
Oh my
Company?
goodness.
Remember that story?
That was so funny. I'm sitting there eating my humongous sandwich that you can't even.
I mean, they're like this thick.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
It is so big. And the kids got a pita sandwich that was large.
Overloaded with
Tuna
stuffings.
salad.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was tuna. But anyways, nonetheless, mid-bite, this lady walks over from another table and says, where did you get that sub? It's so huge and it looks delicious. We're just over there watching you eat it. We were at Parkway Brewing, and it was so funny because it's jaw-dropping. I mean, the food is so tasty and large.
Well, and jaw opening, because you got to open your mouth like
you have to dislocate
that
your
bad,
jaw.
that big to get in there and
But
get
let's
that
talk
sandwich.
about, what about price? So is it very expensive?
Oh, super economical. I'm like,
Yes.
really? I'm like, $8 for this sub and the
Right.
amount of meat that you get in there and the toppings and
Definitely.
fresh made bread. It's just, it's great value.
Right. And so what do you usually get?
I usually get the deli hoagie, which is ham, I think salami,
Bologna. I
but
think it
then
has
and
bologna.
bologna, and then it also has coleslaw, banana peppers, lettuce on it with some mayonnaise. Ooh, it's so scrumptious.
Scrumptious. I always get the super hoagie, which is really good. It's got a mixture of ham and turkey and cheese and lettuce, tomato. You just can't go wrong.
No,
it's
you
delicious.
cannot. Yeah, and they've got pitas, like she said. They've also got salads.
Yes.
And they're normally open for lunch, and then some days dinner. So you got to check on their website to see when they're available. They also do catering, so you can get box lunches and that type of thing. So spot to do catering. That's going to be super tasty for whatever event you've got going
Your
on.
crowd will, your crowd will love it.
Yes, they will. Oh man, I am parched after giving y'all all this valuable information today. I have got to go try one of those beers. So I'll see you soon.
Yes, I'm gonna go eat. You can have a beer. Bye. You guys have a great time and enjoy this next video.